if I wanted to start and talk about my life, about being how miserable it really is, it's going to sound horrible. But there you go. It's not that horrible, to be honest. I really don't have a bad life. I eat 3 times a day. I wake up in the morning in a room with that, of course, which a lot of people don't have in our country. I travel with a vehicle, so I have a car. My father has a car. I don't really have cars. And my mother cooks for me every day. I have a father. Thank God for that. And really, the fact is, I even have a brother. I have a brother. He's married with a woman who is alright. I'm still just starting to like her, you know. But that's not the point of today's, whatever. Today I'm talking about something which has been bugging me for a really long time. I'm not happy. I have all of those things that I just talked about. I have family, I have money, I have comfort. But you see, what I don't have is peace of mind. See, I've been trying to get this my whole life. I've been trying to get peace of mind. I've been trying to, become religious. But every time I try to become religious, I don't know, I break. Every time I break, I feel like I'm never going to be able to come back. And every time I break, and I feel like I shouldn't even try to be religious anymore, because it's just so, pointless. And then I try to be successful. Turns out I'm not a hard worker. Since I'm not a hard worker, I tend to suffer in my examinations. Not that much, to be honest. In fact, I never suffered in my examinations until I hit class 8. See, this is where the story starts. Ever since I was a kid, I had issues. I couldn't write, I couldn't read, I could barely talk. I had issues. I don't know if it was a mental issue or anything, but whatever it was, I wasn't really a fast learner. In fact, I didn't even know if I was ever going to be able to, read or write at all. My handwriting was trash, and I don't know, but somehow I got into this school when I was in class 1, standard 1, and I sort of changed. I became a lot more adaptive. I changed. I grew. I kept growing, and eventually it stopped. The growth stopped, and I just became the same person who. I wasn't really famous in school because I was, first of all, fat. Second of all, I was not annoying. I was quite friendly, actually, but I didn't really have any appeal. I didn't have anything, like a spark to tell people, show people that I have something to offer. I wasn't special. I had nothing unique. I was fat. As you can already see, I'm a little ugly. And, I just didn't have anything in my life that was worth mentioning. And with that came the obvious ignorance from everyone else. Now, I'm not saying that I was a person who had no friends at all. I had a lot of friends. But I barely connected with them. I barely connected. I barely had any sort of emotional connection with even a single person in my life. The only people I have it with is my parents. And even they, I don't think I have it with. And even if I do, I just keep myself away. I just try to ignore that. My whole life I've been trying to chase something. And I don't know what I'm chasing. After that, I changed schools. I went to another one, which was a little closer to my house because I changed houses as well. And that one was a huge transfer because I changed my schools after 8 years, which was, I knew so many people for so much time, and changing that many people of my life and just completely transferring myself into another environment was something that I really never thought of doing. But I did. And to be honest, it had a huge change in my life. Like a positive change. Not a negative one, a positive one. And I thought I was not going to be able to do it, but I didn't crack under pressure. And then I succeeded. I got a huge success. I gave this exam and I got an amazing result. An amazing result. And turned out I was one of the best in that college, you know? It was school. It was named something college. I'm not going to name the college, but you can estimate what it really is. If you can't, I'm sorry. You know? And I became really successful. Class 8, Class 9, Class 10. Even when I was in a college, like during my HSCs, my first year, I was the best. I was number 1. I was topped. I was straight to the top. I'm not even top 10. I was straight to the top. I was number 1. You know? I was so much on top. Like 4 years in a row on top. And no one else was beating me. Sorry for the interruption. As I was saying, ever since I was on top, I was always on top. And I never had to worry about anything, you know? Like, ever since I hit that little mark up there, I always had this feeling that nothing's wrong and ever happened to me. I always had the assumption that nothing will ever go wrong. Everything will be all right, you know. Everything will be just fine. And then HSCs happened. Well, the HSC was fine. HSC was great. I got an A+. That wasn't the issue. The issue was everything that happened after it. You see, I was up on the top so much that I didn't even look back. I didn't even think about my struggles that I had before. And I just went for every single, you know, exam, you know, the admission test exams. I didn't care about them. I just thought I'm going to be able to do them anyways. And I thought I'm going to be able to survive through all of that and actually succeed. Turns out I wasn't. Turns out it was horrendous. There was one university which I actually got into, but that wasn't even the one of my choice. That was outside Taga. It was definitely an engineering university in Khulna, but I didn't want to stay in Khulna. I wanted to stay with my family. I want to stay over here with the comfort and all the luxuries and everything, which I was used to for like my whole life. So I couldn't just leave it. So I decided to stay. And I decided to be in a private university. Whereas the person who, you know, went above me during my college years, he's now in IBA. You know, like, he deserves it. I'm not going to take it away from him. He deserves it. He's a really hardworking person, and ever since he toppled me on college, he's been on top the whole time. But you see, what I think about is what happened. What happened to me? What happened to my life? Most of all, what happened to whatever that was going on with everything around me. Ever since I got into university, I started to become ignorant about not just myself, but everyone else around me. I don't care about my family. Well, I'm not saying that I don't care about them at all, but I just don't really give a shit for some reason. And I just don't give a damn about my health anymore, because, I mean, I can look at my size and probably my complexion as well. I stopped taking care of myself, and this is all that happened. This is all that transpired because of that, you know. And ever since I've been going through all these things, I've started to feel this sort of thing. It kind of suicidal, but obviously I'm not going to commit suicide. This is not a suicide video, by the way, so don't get afraid. This is just a video about me. Now, obviously, I had a lot of suicidal thoughts because I didn't see a way out. I wasn't an addict. I was just someone who was looking for a way out. I had weird habits. I had habits of eating too much, just, I don't know, thinking about everything else around the world, using the internet all the time, just surfing through YouTube continuously. I almost became a YouTube addict, if you ask me. But not addicted to YouTube as if, like, good stuff. Like, it's all stuff that's not going to be of any use to me, you know? And not just YouTube, anything on the internet that keeps my mind away from things. And with that came the ignorance towards my studies. Since university is tough, I didn't really care about it because I thought it's going to be easy, and turns out it isn't. It's not easy. It's really tough. And it got me. And now I can't see a way out. Even though I have an AC running right now, right behind me. That's an AC. That's an air conditioner that is literally making me feel like I'm in Antarctica right now. And there are people out there on the streets right now, outside, who don't even have a blanket to cover themselves. And yet I think those people are more happy than I am. Now, why am I talking about this? You know what? I don't know. But I believe I'm not the only person who's had feelings like this. The fact that the person has everything around him necessary to be happy, and yet he's not. Do you know what the reason is? I don't know. I hope none of you are going through all of this, because my God, if you are not a Muslim, you might just go through suicidal thoughts and actually commit suicide. Like, I know what's going to happen to me if I commit suicide being a Muslim. I know after death, there's a lot of other shit that I need to worry about. Like, a lot of other shit. And I really have to go through a lot of pain if I go through suicide right now. I don't know about you guys, but I would definitely not commit suicide. Ever. Even if it has to do with, I don't know, I can't bear the pain anymore. Unless it's something that I have to do for saving someone else. I will never commit suicide. But I really wish to, you know? And that's the issue. That is the issue. Other few obvious things are the fact that I don't have any successful endeavors in my life. Facebook has kind of been one of those, I don't know, contributions in my life, causing me to feel PTSD, even though I haven't really had any trauma in my life. I mean, I might just have it pretty soon. I hope not, but I might. You know, I feel down all the time. I feel lost. It's like I don't have any purpose anymore. I don't know if anybody's going to be watching this, because I barely have views on my channel. I got 1 subscriber. You know who the 1 subscriber is? The guy from IBA. Yeah, the guy from IBA. It's sad, you know, how people just lose their way and just become nomads in a world filled with so many things to follow. In a world around me filled with so many, you know, things that could just distract you in a second. And yet, I feel so lost. I feel confused. I feel like I have nothing to follow. I'm sorry if this video was a little too boring for you, but it's what it is. I made it for the internet. If anybody's watching, thank you for watching. If you want to like it, go ahead. If you don't, I will not mind at all. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If you don't, I will not mind at all. I just want you to listen. That's it.